Richard Joyce, press officer at Forest Green. It's been a busy, close season for you with pre-season and everything, and now we're right into the season. I guess it just gets busier.
Yeah, I think they made a decision, didn't they, a couple of years ago, National League, to front end the fixture list, which I suppose is a good thing to help with teams and fixture congestion, but certainly makes things a lot busier. I think we play lots of games by the end of August, and it's exactly the same in September. And as you know, given we were involved in the playoffs right up until the 15th of May, the gap between the end of last season and the start of this one was a very short one. But we're here, and obviously eager to keep the ball rolling as soon as possible.
You must be very positive about this season. Let's just briefly, before we start about this season, talk about the experiences for you at Wembley. It was a bit unexpected, really, how involved you were. Yeah,
it was. Obviously we were heading for the playoffs, having just missed out on top sport after a very impressive season. The lads did brilliantly. Then, of course, the decision was made for AD and his staff. Obviously, left the club, and then Scott came in at the academy, and I know Scott quite well, and I've done quite a bit of stuff with him with the academy. And straight away, he sort of said to myself, and of course we were quite depleted with staff and so on, but he said to myself and James Mooney and one or two others, this is what I want to do. So we went in straight away. We had about 2 and a bit weeks to make it happen. We sort of got us to Wembley. Scott was unbelievable, I've got to say. I was unbelievably impressed by how well he did. But yeah, we got to Wembley, and unfortunately, sounds like excuses, but we did have some bad injuries on the day, and we weren't at full strength. Certainly, we were quite depleted, but we weren't that far away. But it was an incredible few weeks. I think I only had about 4 or 5 hours sleep a night, but it was a great few weeks and an unbelievable experience. One of the best of my life, really.
Yeah, you're now working with Mark Cooper. You got to know him via Wembley. How have you found Mark so far to work with?
Yeah, you're right. That week with him, certainly in the playoffs, was very useful. Got to know Mark a little bit then, and I watched him when I was much younger, play for Forest Green, and you've always seen him, at other clubs. So I think I mentioned to him the other day, I remember him managing Tamworth as a player manager and getting sent off after 5 minutes against us. But he's had a really good career, hasn't he, with clubs. He's managed the Championship, League One, League Two, and our league as well. So yeah, I'm enjoying working with him, seeing his methods. I love his confidence around the place. I love the way he's sort of inflicted his beliefs already on how he wants to do things. So he believes a lot in himself, and hopefully as soon as possible, as soon as we get everything clicking, we'll see that on the pitch with our results.
Yeah, it's not been the greatest start, but it's only 2 games. Need a positive result against Gateshead. The players that he's brought in are clearly very talented.
Yeah, this unbelievable talent, isn't it, the squad. He's got such a good squad to pick from. It must be very difficult to choose which 11 you want each week with so many talented players available. But we've got a really good nucleus of last year's squad, which for me was massive, keeping hold of your Dale Bennett, Aaron Racine's, Elliot Frears, Rob Sinclair's, of course, that core, and then adding to it with obviously people like Moshem Lau, and well, the list goes on and on, doesn't it? So having that mixture, hopefully it can gel as soon as possible, and then we can start picking up the points and sort of making the progress in the league that I think we all hope to make.
Yeah, I must give a shout out as well to the academy, because as well as the first team you deal with, you're very busy with the academy and Scott, aren't you?
Yeah, the academy is great. I'd always encourage people to come along and watch a game and stuff, because the talent each year that it improves is incredible. Of course, we saw Joe Stokes make his debut on the last day of last season, which was just brilliant with all the euphoria at the time with the result. Of course, Louis McGorry, very, very talented player. And then we've got lots of second years now that you're looking at and you're thinking, wow, these guys, if they get the chance of the first team, maybe some minutes, will really have a good impact. And not all can progress into the first team, and the ones who don't will then go to Southern League clubs. I think lads like Macaulay Dodson has got himself a brilliant move to Chippenham Town, a club who's going to be challenging at the top end of the Southern Prem this season. And Macca's a great player, great lad, so hopefully he does well there. And the academy here is really good. Obviously desperate now to get into the Football League so they can have the next step, but it's a brilliant setup here, and I spent a lot of time with the academy lads and they love it. So hopefully Scott can keep progressing with that squad, because he's doing really well with it.
Yeah. On match day as well, it's horrendously busy for you. You're running around everywhere. I think one of the famous sayings I always hear at the ground is, "Where's Joycie?" It's not because you're hiding, it's because you're doing so many jobs.
Yes, I that's my exercise on a Saturday. That's my exercise, running up and down FGR. But yeah, it's a huge adrenaline rush every single game. know, when you think, well, obviously you've been here a long time, Ash, but I feel like I've done it for a fair few years now, and I think all the games you've done, all the different experiences, all the different atmospheres, from winning, from drawing, from losing, and so on, it's amazing really, all the different things you've done. But on a Saturday, yeah, it's good fun. Sometimes it's a bit stressful, but I love the adrenaline rush, and hopefully the fans enjoy all the stuff we do with the media and try to do with the PA and so on as well.
Yeah, you're the man behind the tunnel, you're the man who's shouting and hollering. You also do the BBC Radio Gloucestershire co-commentary at times, and the tweets, so you're spinning a lot of plates.
Yeah, I've
but you love it.
Jack of all trades, I think the term is, master of none maybe, but yeah, no, I do enjoy it. I know my PA announcements last season caused a bit of interest with some particular clubs, let's just say. I just try to build an atmosphere a little bit at Forest Green, try to do something different, because that's what Forest Green is, isn't it? You don't want the boring old same thing all the time, so I just try and do something a little bit different, and if people don't like it, then I'm afraid that's the way it is, but you know, hopefully people who know me will know that I only do things with the best intentions anyway.
Brilliant, thanks Joycie.
Cheers Ash, thank you very much.
Thank you, mate.